I could have bought into Bitcoin when it was like 10 thousandths of a cent. And in fact was encouraged to do so. So that was tough. That was real tough. No, I forgot to look at this. What is this? But yeah, I had somebody that I was like, man, I'm a college student. I'm not gonna invest any money in this. Like, I don't have shit for money. What am I? Are you kidding me? Why would I do that? Oh, I would do that because I would be worth like tens of millions of dollars today if I had done that. That's why. Oh, okay. Got it. Oh, converts ether damage. Nope, don't want that. Cool. But yeah, he told me to do it, man. And I did not. I am a dumbass. But honestly, like, what are the chances that I would have had it still, you know, pretty close to zero? Like, that hard drive would be lost in time and space, basically. I'd have no idea how to access it. At least I tell myself that to make myself feel better. It's not as bad as the dude that bought the pizza, right? The guy that bought a pizza with like 10,000 bitcoins back in the day. Prismatic seems like something that I might want. Or not. Not at all, actually. Rare caster chest armor. That's pretty good, though. It's a lot of health. And a fair bit of Ellie res. Okay, give that a shot. Might be worth keeping around. Dear God. You know what? I think I'm going to turn my VPN off. Probably shouldn't publicize that, but whatever. You guys aren't going to hack me. I think that might be the problem. I've had issues with ExpressVPN before. Actually, I think I'm still connected to it because I fucked it up. Well, whatever. So, apologies to everybody for the numerous alerts for my stream stopping and starting. Technical difficulties. Mythical astral robes. That's pretty good. Wow, that's so much damage. Holy shit. Yeah, I think my VPN is fucking with me, man. I don't like it. Don't like it at all. So I'm raw dogging it for now. I've done enough scouring of my personal information that I'm fairly comfortable just letting that be. At least like my address and phone number and all that sort of stuff is not public info anymore. Though it used to be. What about my friend? Oh, did you miss that whole story? Okay, well, I'll condense it for you. Long story short is I knew a dude in college who was, who's now like a cryptocurrency cybersecurity expert, basically. And he told me in 2007 to buy Bitcoin, and I did not. And I'm a dumbass. And he's not. He's very wealthy now, and I am not. His name's Jameson Lobb. I don't know, like, again, those connected with the crypto scene may know who that is, but Yeah, he has done extremely well for himself, and I think he's like now basically off the grid. Like he just runs his company and he says, "Fuck all of you people." Yeah. Yep. I would be so mad too, and I am. I could have gotten Bitcoin when it was like here. Oh, hey Elgrim, what's up? What did you have in mind? So let's see. Because I know Bitcoin started, like he was in on the very ground floor. Wow, Bitcoin's almost 100 grand, huh? Three Bitcoin for 1,500 and sold it for 60? I mean, dude, ain't nobody going broke taking a profit. That's what I'm saying. Like, it hurts in retrospect, but it sounds to me like you made $58,000. You forgot you had it until quarantine. You're like, oh yeah, I have 60 grand. Oh my god. Let's see. Price history. Why is this so difficult to find? Maybe it's just because I'm stupid and I'm typing in the wrong things. Oh yeah, you know that there's so many people who have lost an unbelievable amount of money, like actually physically lost money. So they only started tracking it in 14. But yeah, I remember looking it up a while back, and it was 10,000ths of a cent. Yeah, so it was not introduced in 2009 because I heard about it before then. I graduated in college in 2007, so. Oh well, I'm not smart enough to make this work. But that's okay. That's okay. Let's actually have a look at all this stuff. Oh, 50 bucks in Bitcoin would have been millions of dollars. Like $1 of Bitcoin would have been like 10,000 Bitcoins. Like, no lie, it was fractions of a cent when I looked it up. Because I remember looking at it when he mentioned it, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Okay, whatever. No, if I had put a cent of Bitcoin in, I would be probably a billionaire, right? And held, and then sold right now, right? Which chances that would actually happen are zero, because I would have, like, realistically been like caught wind that it was like $2 or something and been like, fuck man, I'm worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm gonna get rid of this. So let's say it was 1,000th of a cent. So if I had 1,000 Bitcoins, well, I mean, let's just do that mental math. That's easy. So 1,000 Bitcoins, I would have had, what, $10 million? Yeah, if I'd put a penny in, I'd have over 10 mil right now. If I were to sell at the moment. Fuck me, right? Yeah, that isn't my favorite thing to think about, to say the least. Not my favorite thing. Runeward leg guards. My pants are actually pretty decent, aren't they? Okay. Let's move on, shall we? Okay. Gotta go destroy some blood wagons. Yeah, so the crypto, like, my thought on crypto right now, my very much unexpert opinion, is that despite the fact that it has zero use case or practicality to it, it's now too big to fail. Like, there was an opportunity for it to fail, and still kind of is, I guess. So we'll talk about that story in a second, but, like, now that there's, like, institutional investors just basically propping the price up by manipulating it all the time, like shuffling coins back and forth, then it's not going anywhere. Because these, you know, multi-billion-dollar institutions are just gonna move their coins around and inflate volume and artificially make the price. That, like, and that's where we are right now. So that it'll never go away. However, you know, forgive me if you understand the story, but basically what crashed FTX, investing in Bitcoin now might be a good idea. Yeah, I mean, it's probably not. It's probably not a bad idea. But so the thing that crashed FTX, so these companies, it seems like it's just the way people do it, which is just fucking madness to me, but they list their own cryptocurrency as collateral, as like held assets. So that would be like a baker having a fucking lot of cakes as their assets. I mean, this is asinine. Just like finance 101. You don't ever do this. So FTX had some insane amount of their collateral as FTX. So all of their debts were being propped up by their own currency, which they were artificially inflating. So I think their collateral's like 60%. Their holdings are like 60% FTX, like some overwhelming amount. And I don't know how you pronounce his name, but CZ, the Binance guy, caught wind of that and just took the hit and sold all his FTX. He just sold it all to crash it. And so, like, it was a calculated move. So he created a bank run on FTX, and then FTX crashed, and, you know, Sam Bankman-Fried is now in jail and all that shit. So what I don't think people publicized enough is that Binance did the exact same thing. So Binance had something like 40-ish% of their collateral in Binance coin. So if Coinbase had done the same thing, they just sold off Binance, all their Binance coin, I think there's a real chance that that entire market would have come crashing down. Like, I think that would have just totally destroyed the cryptocurrency market, which is why I think they didn't do it. Because even though they would have eliminated essentially their only competitor, they wouldn't, like, cryptocurrency wouldn't exist. Or at the very least would take a long, long, long time to recover. But since they avoided that situation, I mean, I think realistically that could still happen. You know, because if somebody creates a bank run on Binance, then Binance is gonna crash. But they're not gonna do that because that will totally torpedo the whole market. And it would have. Jesus, man. Jesus, man. Are we back? Fucking internet. Grr. Terrible. Glad to see me back ×3. I know, right? Yeah, I just straight up turned my VPN off. We should be okay, but we'll see. I feel bad for all my Discord members who are just getting spammed, man. They're like, hey, he's live, he's live, he's live, he's live, he's live. There's like punishment for being a steadfast follower. Yeah, fuck you guys for sticking with me for 2 years of not streaming. Eat a dick. Here's 50 notifications. Not to mention a really shitty stream. Very low quality streaming experience. Let the next stream be PoE2. I might. So they're PoE2's having their first like big content patch tomorrow. I might do that. I don't know. I'm thinking about whether I want to do it or not. The problem is right now I really don't have the time to devote to it. My life is going to free up immensely. Like right now I'm good. I'm kind of back to you know, kind of like normal person freedom, more normal parent, but once my toddler goes to school, it will be much better. So come August, I'll actually be able to probably dedicate a reasonable amount of time to streaming. Look, I'll be back to 2 days a week. It occurs to me that I've talked about exactly nothing that's in the title of my stream, but that's okay. That's kind of how it goes. That is how it goes sometimes. Maybe that's why the internet's dropping. It's like, hey dude, hey, hey, hey. You said you were gonna do these things, and you haven't. You suck at your job. Your $10 a month job. But yeah, the thing that I actually really look forward to when both of my kids are in school is creating more YouTube content. Like, it's still gonna be low quality, but at least it'll hopefully be interesting. It's basically gonna be like one-take stuff. But we'll talk about, you know, things that I feel like most people are probably interested in. Ow! Shit. This is a really odd song. Oh, gotta go that way. Is the music coming through on Twitch, by the way? Hopefully it is. I checked YouTube. I don't think it's coming through there, which is great. It's exactly what I want. Let's see, bitrate 6,000, sweet.
That skill's not ready.
So I'm sort of disappointed. I actually have been playing a fair bit of Arkham Horror, which is a card game, and it is amazing for anybody who is interested in that sort of thing. But it was a 3-player thing, and like so I streamed my previous campaigns with one of my friends, but we added a guy who was not super keen on being streamed live, so obviously I respected those wishes and did not stream him live. But it was kind of a bummer because the campaign that we've been going through really has been fun. It's been awesome. And it would have been great to have that online, but unfortunately, it was not to be. However, that guy does travel for work a whole lot, and so we've kind of put that campaign on hold. And I think my other friend and I will forge ahead in a campaign of our own. So count on more tabletop streams coming up. And I think I've got that sort of settled in as well, like, where, the, like, audio and visual quality is going to be pretty decent. Despite being broadcast from a not soundproofed basement. So. Oh, damn it. That's what I get for looking at all my meters and shit instead of paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm surprised that's the first time that's happened tonight. Right? The inattentiveness death. Sort of a common plight around these parts. Oh, somebody wants to send me a message. What would you like to send me a message about, Sophie? Are you doing a special? Oh, bummer. Just spam. Just spam. Block. I have a, like, cosmetic injectable business, like Botox, recreational IVs. We do, GLP-1 agonists and stuff, too. So if you're ever really hungover in Kansas City, check me out. In any event, I sort of have to pay attention to messages from random people, unfortunately. The vast majority of them are people advertising something to me, like, nah, dude. I don't care. I don't want what you're selling. I don't want to pay you an insane amount of money to put my name in, like, a magazine that nobody fucking reads.
I can't do that yet.
Man, that's been another huge learning experience.
Can't do that yet.
Running a business is wild, man. You find out real quickly how much you don't know. Like the first, so there've kind of been like 2 times around with this this business. Like the pandemic pretty much shut it down the first time around, but we also were gonna probably shut it down anyway because it was getting to the point where we were gonna have to get employees and work a lot harder if we wanted to keep it open because the demand was increasing so much, and it just like it was just a lot of work. And I had my son at that point was 2, so, or 2.5. So I was like, yeah, I'm not really gonna do that. But I did learn a lot of stuff. And one of the things that pretty much everybody told me is like, dude, you want to go to trade shows, like get exposure. That's where all the people are. Like lots of people will be really interested in this. And that was terrible advice. It was absolutely awful advice. I think the, like, you know, like wedding expos and all that crap that we did, you know, there's lots of attendees and lots of people walking by, but I think we spent like 8 hours at these things and maybe got like 2 or 3 people out of it. Yeah, just terrible use of resources, man. Like, especially for me these days, like, my time's worth, like, $400 an hour, dude. Like, I don't need to be sitting in a fucking desk trying to convince people to buy my shit. I'll just go take a Del Locum's job somewhere. I mean, there's 0 reason for me to do that. Let's see, what am I gonna do with my last 2 points? Man, I'll really have to think about this one. That does cold damage. And health. What about this guy? Vitality and decay, 200 spirit, 20 spirit, and 300 health. I can think of worse ways to go. Is this Ivy? No, it's the Fawns. Alright. Sounds like Ivy. What is down here? Energy regen. And cast speed plus energy regen. Interesting. Oh, wait, I can't get that, though. I have to go to this one. Offense and defense. Fire damage, defensive ability. Huh. Oh, how about this? Physique? Armor and Chaos Res. Well, that's a pretty fairly attractive option there. And then I think I can go up here and do this. So I can get 40 Physique, Cunning, and Spirit. Plus, what's this give? 5% health. That might be my best bet. Ratosh, the Veil Warden. Why don't we just go ahead and do that? Boop. Alright, devotion is done. So yeah, playing back to the Path of Exile 2 thing. I am excited about it. I'm excited that they're like gonna tune it so aggressively here just a month after the initial release. I think that's pretty cool. But I still think I'm probably gonna wait for the official release. I've got a sort of interesting thing. Part of that is I have this problem with the business that I just mentioned. So, if you know anything about the GLP-1 agonists, like the weight loss drugs, Ozempic and Mounjaro and all that stuff, Zepbound and Wegovy, blah blah blah. It's semaglutide and tirzepatide are the two drugs that are like super popular. So, we are currently able to get tirzepatide from compounding pharmacies because it is on the FDA shortage list. So the FDA decided that it is no longer on a shortage, even though it very clearly is. So this is a, lobbying move kind of thing. Somebody paid a lot of money to get them to make that decision. And because of that, we will no longer be able to get tirzepatide from compounding pharmacies. We'll be able to get semaglutide, which is good. So we're not like totally up shit creek, but we do have to figure out how to make that work, because tirzepatide is like probably our biggest income stream right at the moment. So we've got to really hit that pretty hard here, because February 18th is the last day that we can order tirzepatide. So we'll see how it goes. And yeah, I think like instead of gaming a whole lot, like most of my free time will probably be invested in that, like as that date approaches. And then hopefully there will be a Path of Exile 1 expansion, or update rather, around that time that I can really sink my teeth into, and then maybe turn my attention to PvP 2. We'll see. That's the plan. That's the idea. We will see how that goes. Seal of the Logorian. Methinks me might need more defense on this character. More life, for sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that terzepatide thing goes down. Hopefully most people will convert to semaglutide. We haven't gotten much pushback on that front, but we'll see. I wonder. So the problem is semaglutide is generally not tolerated as well. Like, you get more side effects with it than terzepatide. Like, terzepatide is just a better drug, but it is a little bit more expensive, and our profit margin is lower on it. So this could actually end up being, you know, not a terrible business thing if we can manage to get most of the people converted from terzepatide to semaglutide without losing clients. But we've got to do a fair amount of education on that front. I really hope that goes well. Really hope it goes well. Because we got a pretty good thing going right at the moment. Oh. So close. Oh, he died after I did. What a jerk. Oh, man. What a jerk. Good thing I opened that portal. Alright. Servitor's Cleaver of Blood. Basically anything that doesn't have lots of damage and attack speed, I leave on the ground. Plague Bearer of Dreeg. One-headed mace. Has speed. Okay. Or a cooldown. Cooldown is also an exception. Death's Reach. Wow, for level 58, that's pretty freaking good. Okay. Cool. I already looked at that. Revenant's Edge. Jeez. Wow. Man, I feel like I'm picking up a bunch of random stuff that I may not ever make characters for, but that's okay. Bloodfall Sworn Vestments of Protection. Man. The fuck? What are you shooting at? Can I put that over there? Nope. Bummer, dude. Thought I could be trans-wall sniping some people. Not so much. How about over here? Can I go this way? Yes. I love that I have a skill that makes me invincible for like 3 seconds. It has a 30-second cooldown, so that's sort of painful, but it is sweet. There we go. Ooh, these guys hurt. Oh yeah, they're probably doing a lot of like vitality damage and stuff. They look tricky that way. Definitely gotta work on my resists. I think the next... When is the next level breakpoint? Maybe 82? I got a ways to go. Unfortunately. After this is the expansions, though, because this is actually the last boss of the game that I'm running up on. Hey, jerk. You go away. One of the really cool things about the conversion, the lightning conversion that I did, is that that skill, this skill, the like lightning meteor thing, actually has a smaller radius where those meteors can drop, so it's way better for single target. I think that's awesome. That's what I use it for. Well, I guess it's kind of actually a multi-purpose skill. Ooh. You die. There you go. That wasn't so bad. Bloodlord's Vengeance of Bestial Rage. Physical damage? Wow, that's just like really all over the place. Fire, lightning, does physical damage. Health, offensive ability, yeah. Your soul, what's up, man? How are you? Welcome to the stream. How goes it? Ah! Big vagina monster. Gonna eat me. Yeah, Logarian is no match for large area of attacks, for sure. Getting slammed in second year? Boo. Are you in step 1 mode yet, I assume? Probably pretty close. Sorry to hear that, man. It gets better. Void Rifts and Consuming Ulgrim. That's not cool. Yeah, actually, like, I recall second year not being that bad for me, because we kind of did, like, a systems-based thing. And it, you know, to me at least, it made it a little bit easier to see where they were going with all these various, you know, like, clinical things that I could kind of look at and be like, yeah, I probably won't really ever need to know this. I feel like the minutia was not quite as obviously useless in second year, I guess is what I'm saying. Like in first year, you've got embryology and like gross anatomy and, you know, cell bio and biochemistry and all that stuff. You're just like, wow, if I'm not a geneticist, I will never, ever, ever see these conditions. What was my study strategy? So I am a very big proponent of active learning. That is to say that I used UWorld a lot. So, practice questions, man. Oh, Logarian fucked me up. So what I would do is I would go through and I did things, like I said, our curriculum was systems based. So I went through and did all of the, like, I don't know, neuro questions in UWorld. And then all of the stuff that I was like, I have no idea what the fuck this is talking about, I would go and read in Golion, like the appropriate section in Golion's pathology. And I think there's, like, Pathoma, I think, is sort of leapfrogged Golion as sort of the gold standard of pathology books. But in any event, pathology book of your choice, review book of your choice. And so I would just do that and do that for every system. And then I switched it up and I was like, on my second pass through, I was like, I'm going to do all physiology this time. Anki, great for you? Yeah. I think that's another really good resource that did not exist back in the dinosaur days. I have never used that, so I can't personally vouch for it, but basically it's a universal recommendation, so I'm pretty comfortable saying that that's a good thing for you to have on board. Ooh, that was a little spicier than I had hoped. Let's get the fuck out of there. Ah. Ouch. But yeah, I just did that. Just practice questions, man. Over and over and over. And now I think there's... Oh, shit. Now I think there's even more decent practice questions. I don't know if TrueLearn does med school. TrueLearn's what I used for anesthesia, and that was extremely high quality, just like UWorld was. Did I do questions before sitting with the content? No, but in retrospect, I would have. Yeah, so for like classes, we had all of our lectures like posted online. So I just studied from those. But, and I had some review sources that I used as well, like alongside classes. But like if I had to do it again, I would get a, perpetual subscription to UWorld and to do it that way. Absolutely, would do practice questions. So a lot of people worry that, if you do that, you sort of like cheapen the questions, like, because you can remember the answers. But that's like, in my mind, as long as you remember why the answer is what it is, then that's what you're after, right? It's not about like the score that you get on the test, it's about learning the material. So if you know why the right answer is right and why the wrong answers are wrong, then it doesn't matter if you get 100% or a 20%. Like, as long as you understand what's happening and can apply that knowledge on test day, that's what they're after. Ouch, ouch, leave. God. God, Devastation just freaking wrecks his face. I love it. That's what happens when you can't move. Anki, yeah, I guess Anki would have an app, right? That would be pretty app-friendly. That makes sense. Stop the summoning of the Logaran. Yeah, bitch. I win. Ooh, what's that? Devil's Cage. 142 fire resistance? What the hell? Okay. Fun day of fistulograms tomorrow. Oh, God. Boo. Have fun with that. Take it easy. Thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you guys. It's cool that everybody's kind of dropping in. Mythical Havoc. One-handed ranged. Lots of attack speed. Okay. Drega's Raiment? Dega's Raiment, sorry. Okay, so Acid, Chaos Res, Physical Res. Yeah, that might not be a bad thing to pick up. Okay. Just like that. Chthonic Rift. Yeah, whatever you choose to do studying wise. So I think UWorld is kind of the brain dead choice because it's so easy to get it right, if that makes sense. Like that's impossible to be a bad thing. Like you will do fine if you know all of UWorld. But as for other things, like I said, I think the market for quality study resources has really exploded since I went through. Because that was... When did I graduate? 2012? Yeah. So that's, like, the electronic offerings and everything have really, really, really improved since then. Which is great. I think that's so cool. But yeah, as long as you have something that will make sure that you are paying attention to what you're doing, Like, that's a must. Like, if you're just doing, like, reading textbooks is the worst possible thing you can do, in my opinion. Because it's super dense, there's not a lot of, like, useful... The yield is very low, is what I'm trying to say. So the yield of reading textbooks is very, very, very low. And a lot of, like, even if you do retain everything, most of it is garbage. And it's very easy to just, like, glaze over and scan words and not remember anything that you've done. And that's exactly what you do not want to be doing. So, yeah. Highly recommend against that. But yeah, Anki's flashcards, right? Yeah, flashcards. Okay. Boards and Beyond videos. What is... Okay, I have heard Boards and Beyond before. Like, a video is a bit too passive, in my opinion. Yeah, I personally would never watch a video. It is much too easy to get distracted doing other crap or just not pay attention. To me, videos, as far, like, for studying, the only thing that videos are good for is, like, learning, like, techniques or, like, procedures or something. So, like, if you're learning how to place a central line or tie a surgical knot or, you know, jump rope or some shit, like, you know, that's where videos are interesting because you can actually, like, see somebody doing it. But in terms of conveying information, unless they're providing you, like, statistics and graphs and things like that, that sort of, like, drive the point home and you're interested in it, that's the key part. I don't think you're gonna retain much at all. And even so, even if you do, like, really engage with what you're watching, I think the retention is pretty poor as compared with having to sit and think about it with a question and then reading about the answer and being able to actually apply it. That's not an evidence-based statement, by the way. But it seems to be the case for pretty much everyone. Or I should say, as far as I know, that is not an evidence-based statement. Yeah, I mean, repetition, like, just as much repetition as you can. And first aid is always an invaluable resource, because you basically, like... I would say that you basically have to memorize first aid. Like, everything in there is a very high-yield thing, you know, piece of information. That seems like madness to say, because first aid's like a, what, 700-page book or something? But, yeah, I mean, it really is. First aid is excellent, excellent, excellent information. I think if you, like, legitimately memorized all of first aid and you knew the whole thing, then you would probably still pass step 1. Yep.
Good, you're back.
Sure. What is it? Let's go. What do you have in mind? Blah, 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 blah. Head to Utenbog. The story of this game's actually pretty cool, and I would let you guys read it, but I have seen it many, many times, so we're just gonna kind of hightail it through that. Creed? Ah, you jerk. Give me your pendant. What am I gonna Tetris to make this fit in my inventory? How about that? And... I can go there. I can go there. Does that help me? Not really. Great. There we go. That's what's up. Sweet. You always put off questions till the last minute. Yeah, I mean,
We'll be setting out for Devil's Cross.
I get that. A lot of people do. But if you make that your strategy, then you don't have that problem. You realize you've learned it wrong. I've done that before. I've made all the mistakes. So I get it. I feel you, dude. But I think that's what, like, doing the questions really helps with. To me, to a large extent, the most valuable part of doing questions was figuring out why wrong answers are wrong, like I was saying. I mean, some of them are obvious, like it's, you know, it's a gimme, but a lot of times there's going to be a distractor on there where, you know, you're like, it could probably be this, and it explains in detail why that's not correct. And you kind of get some knowledge of ancillary topics in the process, which is awesome. Let's see. What should I be doing right now? Yeah, see, figuring out what's important is where first aid is awesome. Because again, like, everything that you read in there is important. And if it's something that you're not really familiar with, you should focus on that. Especially if you find, like, a topic instead of just a fact that you don't know. Like, if you find, like, I don't know, gram-positive bacteria or something, you don't know much about them. I don't know, that seems unlikely, but then you'd be like, oh shit, I need to go back and read about gram-positive bacteria and antibiotics that cover them and stuff. Like, let's do that. The fuck? There we go. Okay. Which way do I want to go? That's the question. Maybe I'll go... Oh yeah, I haven't gone to the Bastion of Chaos yet. Fort Valbury. Damn. So much cool shit to do. Guess I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, I don't envy you going back through step 1. I don't miss that. Do not miss that in the slightest. Oh, I'm gonna dump all my shit in the stash tab real quick.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Yes, I would love to do that. Boop, boop, boop. Path of Exile for a sex? No, it's not Path of Exile. It's Grim Dawn. I usually play Path of Exile, but I haven't for a while, actually. Good stuff. Yeah, I've been out of the Path of Exile world for, I don't know, what, 2 months or something? Or, no, probably longer than that, because the current league has lasted a freaking ridiculously long time, thanks to Path of Exile 2 dropping. So I kind of got my fill of the current league, so I probably haven't played Path of Exile for like 4 or 5 months. Wow, that's nuts. That is very unusual. Yeah, this is much less complicated and cerebral than Path of Exile is. It's Grim Dawn. Did I say that? Yeah. Yeah, really good game though. I think on Steam it's probably like $5. I mean, it's old and you know, not really supported anymore, even though there's supposedly an expansion for it coming out this year, like early this year. We'll see if that happens. Like, the developers have said, I think on like 2 or 3 different occasions, that they're gonna let the game die, but they've been 2 expansions since then, so surprise. Elon Musk and PoE2, yes, I did. I watched the video. It's so freaking embarrassing. We were talking about that at the beginning of the stream. Oh god, whoa, those guys freaking smoked me. That was rough. Okay, cool. But yeah, that's it's pretty bad. That's a really bad look, man. That he's the ultimate marketer though. That got him so much press, even though it was all negative. I mean, it doesn't even freaking matter. The thing that really, I was saying this earlier, the thing that really stood out to me about that though was the terrible quality of his like audio-visual equipment. Like the microphone that he had is just like fucking garbage. Why? Why, dude? You launch satellites into space. You're going to Mars. You're literally the wealthiest person in the world. They get a microphone that isn't a potato. I know, like, my microphone, like, I think it sounds, it's not, like, studio quality, but it sounds pretty good. It's like $100 microphone, man. This isn't that hard. Like, I legitimately think my 5-year-old, or, what, like, 8-year-old laptop's, like, you know, onboard sound is better. It's just crazy, man. Why do you just have such a shitty system? I mean, if you're gonna pay some Chinese dude to level your character to level 97, like, at least have a computer that can run it. Why would you not do that? You literally have anything you want. You probably have that same Chinese guy build your computer for you. Like, fly his ass here to your house to build your computer on site. And then have a good computer. Attack speed. Chaos res, Ellie res. Huh. Well, that ain't bad. Vitality to fire. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have much use for that. Attack speed made me think about it. But yeah, of course, like, everyone's problem with the whole Elon thing is he, you know, tries to come off as an expert and just sounds like a complete idiot. Obviously has no idea what he's doing with this character, or, like, hasn't played the game, hasn't done anything. But, hey, whatever works, man. I mean, if my time were worth as much as his is, I would probably pay somebody to level my characters too. However, I do feel like that sort of defeats the purpose of the game, though. I kind of enjoy leveling my characters. Wow. This is why I don't play hardcore. Like, I think it's kind of fun to see your character, like, grow up, you know, kind of bloom. Oh, shit. Went the wrong way. And, you know, some characters don't even, like, they don't work super well, but then you hit some kind of breakpoint, get a piece of equipment, get a skill, you know, whatever, that, like, makes them pop. You're like, hell yeah, I did that. But if you pay for it, you don't get to experience that, which is sort of a shame, especially in games like this. Like, that feeling of, like, victory or, you know, like, really moving through the game is just totally gone. You know, especially for a new game like Path of Exile 2, like, you've never seen this before. You know, the best you've done is seen, you know, like, preview stuff. You've never experienced it, so you're not just, like, saving yourself the drudgery, you're just actually, like, missing new content that you'll never, ever get to experience for the first time again, you know? Gothang's core. Whoa. Nice.
Well, do you have the elder? I believe it's time you
What else
spoke
does
with Chris
Bicilla
about.
need? Battle's ahead of us.
Speak to the mate.
Farewell. Right, I did that. Alright, I think I got all the quests in here. Alright, probably time for me to go to sleep, because I'm getting up at 7 whether I want to or not. Despite vacation. Well, you guys, thank you for joining me. I know I've been bad about streaming, but hopefully we'll change that. I say that every time, and it hasn't happened, but one of these days it will. So, take it easy. Have a fantastic evening. I will hopefully see you Sunday. Actually, I probably won't. It's playoff football. I'd say it is unlikely that I will see you Sunday. I think my son has a soccer game as well. So, but in any event, I'll be around. Join Discord if you haven't. It's ! Discord. I will sleep well. You guys do the same. Is that still working? No, it's not still working. Boo. Okay, I'll have to fix that. Son of a bitch. Alright. Well, you guys take it easy. Thanks again for watching. Hope you had a good time. Bye.